All right, so you chose the ball. Oh, that's really cool. Or you chose, conflict with other people. So you're an amiable. So maybe one of your greatest strengths is your concern, compassion for people. One of your weaknesses might be, your concern, compassion for people. And so why does the amiable get angry? Um, why are they addicted to anger? It's strange. Like listen to the other four, um, and see. And so often the amiable ends up being very entitled, self-righteous, and a victim. They're entitled to peace and harmony, you know? So if you're in a relationship with a driver, the driver like feels very strongly that we need to be on time. And the amiable's a little bit more free form, like, yeah, no, it's no big deal. So we actually, which of the four personalities is the best at conflict? It's not the amiable. The amiable is the worst at it. Why? Because they do everything they can to prevent conflict from happening. So they're not good at it because they try to avoid it like crazy. They hate it. And so, but we often as amiables create conflict. We don't do things, properly in order. We go ahead and contribute to things being out of control. We contribute to things not being fun. And so we're trying to please everybody and we end up pleasing nobody, including ourselves. And so we know down deep that we're the cause of the problem, but we don't want to be angry with ourselves. So we're angry with other people, but we don't want, it hurts to be angry with other people. So we're like volcanoes and we just erupt. Like it just builds up, and all of a sudden we explode, and we explode about sometimes the littlest things, which then people are confused. Well, why are you angry about this little thing? It's not the little thing, it's a whole bunch of other things. So we as amiables need to be very careful, not to go ahead and be entitled, not to be self-righteous. Like our way is not the only way to get something done. And we are self-righteous in thinking we should everybody should treat people the right way. That's what we say as amiables. Well, what is the right way? Well, it's my way of treating people. like you shouldn't be harsh with them, even if they've messed something up multiple times. You should always be nice. Well, does nice work? Does it produce the results that's needed? Often it doesn't. Tim, your thoughts on the amiable and addiction to anger?
So I definitely think with the amiable personality is they let a buildup occur, and so they don't want to have conflict with others, and so they keep letting little things that bother them or annoy them, build up and build up and build up until they can't take it anymore, and then it's an explosion of anger. And so anger doesn't have to be a bad thing. Anger can be a good thing. It's just using the anger in the right time form and not letting it build up.
Right. And that's a journey that I am still on and I haven't figured out. And so amiables, make sure we're listening to other people's, podcasts, the short ones there, and talking to other people, and then have other people, like if you're somebody else, if you're the analytic, try the soft approach with the amiable. And then tell the amiable, like, you've been late like every time we meet. Like, I don't want to get angry with you, but if you continue to be late, like what other option is there? Just because it's not a big deal to you to be late, it is a big deal to me. You're hurting me. If you're a driver, like, be patient, but then tell them, be honest, but let's not blow up, right away. Let's explain to them. Listen, you've contributed because you're not watching some of the details. You're not holding people accountable. You're not doing these things. This is going to create conflict. Do you want conflict? And so the driver doesn't like conflict, but the driver is aware that often it seems like in life, conflict's necessary to go ahead and move things forward. And then the expressive, like, just, don't just poke, don't poke the nice bear, because they can go ahead and rise up like a volcano, like Tim said. Hopefully this has been helpful. Share it with other people. Look at others.